Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to fix a bath diverter like this one that is very stiff. So first of all, with this one you unscrew the head and just check inside that there's no parts that are loose. So undo that and make sure that goes on freely like so. Then what you want to grab is a set of adjustable spanners, and there should be sort of flat face on this diverter, and you just want to spin it anti-clockwise like so, and unwind that all the way out the body of the tap, making sure that the tap is not turned on before removing this part. So just be careful to remove this nice and slowly, as there might be some O-rings or a spring that springs off. If something does come off when removing this, then you do need a whole new diverter, but with this one, as you can see, it came off in one piece and all the O-rings and seals are there. And just checking your hand to make sure that's definitely seized shut like so. Then what you want to grab to make sure that this is free moving is you want to give it a good clean first. So I'm just going to use some hand soap, make sure to get that all in all the cracks, and then with some hot water you want to wipe that all on, clean any limescale, dirt or debris that may have built up around the O-rings, the seals and the shaft of this diverter. So give that a good clean, and then I just gave it a good squeeze with a pair of grips to get it going, to get that soap in there and get it moving. So you just want to get a load of soap in there everywhere you can, just to get it moving to start with, and that will clean up any dirt and scale inside. Just keep on moving it backwards and forwards like so, just to get that going, and all the dirt should start to come with it. Then you can rinse it off with some hot water and do this process again. Then the next tip for this is how to maintain the longevity of it and how to make sure it runs smoothly for future use. So with that nice and clean, what you want to then do is grab yourself the head of the diverter and wind that on like so. And then you can just use your thumb and fingers to clean it all up, giving it a good spin in your fingers and working it all in there like so, up and down. It's still quite stiff at this point, so work it up and down. So I can now just about do it with my fingers, so that means it is getting clear. Just keep on working this, it will gradually get loose. You're kind of scratching the scale and the dirt off the shaft of this every time you do it, so just keep doing it and then add some hot water to break it off a bit more. So grab yourself some blue roll or kitchen roll and wipe all that off, give it a good clean, and you can also dry it off with some towel as well. Once you've removed all the soap, then you can start removing the parts in order. So what we're going to do now is remove all these parts and get to the spring inside. So just pull it up and down, make sure it's nice and loose. Then you can start by removing the head. So turn that in an anti-clockwise direction like so, and do be careful, you don't want to lose any of these parts. Then slide the body up to the top, and it should slide off of the spindle out the middle. So this will be quite hard now because you're just putting pressure on a tiny surface, and you'll reveal the spring. So hold the spring and pull the body out and put that to one side. Remove the spring like so, and as you can see there's some O-rings that are quite dirty and worn. You want to give them a real good clean and make sure there's no dirt or grit in there. So once you've cleaned all that up, like so, once they're all clean and dry, what you actually want to do is put some extra virgin olive oil from your kitchen on all these O-rings and rubbers. Just make sure you put loads on, because this will act as a good lubricant for this part. So dry it all off, add some olive oil, then put it in reverse order. So you want to then slide the spring on, slide the body of it, and then put your top bit on. And with that done, work the olive oil on, and you can then put that back into your tap in reverse order, and that is how you get your diverter working. If your diverter now drips, then you do need a new diverter, or at least the rubber washers for it. This may be the case because it is now fully working and quite loose now, so you might need a new one. But that is how you fix one of these diverters and get it moving. I hope this video has helped. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope this video has helped someone, and I hope you have a good day.